What's up? It's been a little while since I've posted, so it's time for an update. I'll show you what I've been up to. Hasn't been much really, but I'm porting the heads. So here's the setup I've got going. So just a little drill with that bit. Use the same bit the whole time. Yeah, mask and earplugs because I was getting real bad headaches if I wasn't using it. But yeah, cool. So I've basically only done one of each but so far. So there's some stock ones. That's what they look like. There's a few filings in there because I've done the runner, and a stock exhaust port which is very oily because of the turbo issues that we had previously. So that's what I've ended up with for the intake port. Bowl blend. You can see I've gone sort of up the sides. Just here you can see where I've sort of left it. There's the seat, and then I've left it sort of up until about, I don't know, sort of the same thickness of the seat, if not a little bit more. It's a little bit uneven. I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. Nearly gone through, so nearly busted through here. Right where my thumb is, right where my fingernail is there is probably thinner than alfoil. And that goes through to this exhaust stud port thing. So that's all good. I'll probably fill it up with epoxy and she'll be right. But yeah, so you can sort of see the difference if you go from here. I haven't changed the shape of anything at all. It's really just blending and then skinnying down this guide boss. So there's what I've sort of ended up with. It's a little bit uneven. I've got a few little nicks and things that I'll probably not fix up. I'll just leave it. And yeah, just sort of removed a lot of material from around here, around the sides to get it, get it coming around a little bit better. There's the short turn. Again, haven't really changed much of the shape. Just blended everything. So you do actually remove a lot of material out of it when you start blending. When you really start running your finger across it and going, well, wow, does that ridge really need to be there? Well, hell no, it does not. So you just remove it, and life's good. So there's the exhaust port. Haven't done bugger all on this, except obviously removing the material off the top of this guide boss. Again, you can see the bits that I haven't touched. Wish I had like a little pointer or something. Anyway, maybe I'll use this. There we go. So this bit, this long dark bit here is stock port, and so is it down here because I'm using obviously that bit, and it doesn't quite get into the little bits. The rest of it's just all been sort of smoothed over and blended, and you can see the like casting marks and stuff. That's how little I've taken off, because that casting mark's not very deep at all. Sort of just run the burr over it, and same thing with the, I don't know if you call it a short turn on this, but they're not perfect from factory. I'll try and find one that's you can't really see, but there's obviously marks and like casting marks and little bits that are uneven, and this large bit that juts out here is just killing the flow. So really just open that bit up there, and then just sort of run the burr around the port. The intake's a little bit more involved, I guess, but yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at with the heads. This is the first head. I used one of these spring compressors and it's shit. With these springs, it was just not not loving the fact that it needed to compress that stuff. So it's all bent up, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use it for the next head or not, or even putting it back together, so I'll probably have to figure something out there. What else have I got to do? Yeah, so the block is still just sitting here. It needs to be clean, new cam bearings, and we'll throw it back together pretty much. So yeah, I've showed you the bore's still shit, and you know, she'll be right, etc. There's the pistons. Yeah, I don't know. It's sort of coming along, I guess. Maybe. Not really. Haven't really done much. Need to get my shit together. Yeah. Oh yeah. One last thing before I finish up the quick update is this little bit that I've chucked on this oil sump, I guess you call it, where the turbo drain is going to drain into. I've got a bit of it's actually radiator hose, and it's just a straight 90 pointing straight up, so that, you know, if you're going around, because one of the guys on the forums pointed out that because that sump is like laying on its side, if I go around a corner and that sump happens to be, you know, full of oil or whatever, it could potentially spill out, and it's literally straight in front of the front tyre. So, you know, he was like, why don't you extend up that, the filter thing, like the air filter thing that they have on the end of it, just so that it doesn't risk, you know, pouring oil out into the front of the tyre. So good call, I didn't even think of that. There is like a little, you know, recess inside the sump, so I guess, you know, but there's still always the potential for bad things to happen. So yeah, just got a bit of old radiator hose there and just cut one of the 90s out of it, and it fits straight on. I've just got to get a little, you know, like a little internal thing to mount the, because it's obviously female to female at the moment. I've got to get that. I was thinking of cutting off cutting off this and jamming it in there, and then just mounting the filter to that so it points straight up. It's hollow, so I don't know. We'll see what I do. Yeah, cool. So let me know. I don't know, you know, I don't know how to port heads. You know, like I said, I nearly broke through on that exhaust thing. For the level of head that I'm doing, I really shouldn't be breaking through anything. So just goes to show how little I know. And you know, I guess I'm just wasting time till I can sort of save money for, you know, to get it finished. So yeah, bring that on, and yeah, thanks for all the, you know, all the views and stuff. It's kind of cool to have, like, I don't know, it's not much, but there's, you know, a couple of subscribers, and I know that, you know, as soon as I post something, some of you watch it straight away. So you know, that makes you feel pretty cool. So yeah, as always, like, let me know. I'll always chat to people if you want to comment and stuff like that. And if you hate it, let me know. I'd love to have a hater. Haven't seen anyone yet that's a proper hater. So anyway, we'll catch you later. Cheers.